This one is for all you other fellow busy preppers out there. I wanted to share with you something we recently started doing to improve our meal preparation for each week because we've become pretty busy. A lot of you out there are no longer stay at home, so you have less time to plan, shop, do meals. We all like home cooked meals, and we wanted to figure out a way to do that more efficiently, still healthy, not using a bunch of prepackaged, pre-made stuff that have ingredients that we can't pronounce. And so we've been trying different things for the last couple of weeks, and I just kind of wanted to show you what we're doing. So that's why I call this delicious MREs for busy preppers, because we're going to make meals ready to eat that you can take with you to school, to work. You can throw it in your backpack, whatever. So we've tried a bunch of different containers, and some of them work and some of them didn't, but we've come up with a little formula that I wanted to share, and maybe it'll work for you guys as well. So here's what I mean by an MRE. These are meals ready to eat that we've pre-prepared. Here's a chicken, mixed vegetables, some roasted seasoned potatoes with a little bit of butter on it. This is a dal bat with some rice and lentil soup and some peas. So typically our ratio of the food that we create or prepare is 50% vegetable, 25% protein, 25% carbs. So here you got your peas, you got some carbs, which is rice, and you've got lentils, which are also a protein, chicken, potatoes, vegetables. And that kind of keeps us on the health end of things. I like these containers because they have little side compartment. So if you wanted to put a sauce in here, these to me are made to take stuff and go. These are not really for like storing leftovers in your fridge, and that's a good thing because that's how we started out. We started out looking for something that we could take, like throw in a backpack. So we started with this. This is kind of like a takeout container that you get at a restaurant. This is not also, by the way, is not a food container commercial. I didn't even mean to make it about that, but this is a big part of your meal prep. None of this is sponsored by any of these food container people. Anyway, this is basically a takeout container, and it's floppy and whatever. If you put it in the dishwasher, it's going to melt, so that's a lesson we learned. This is good for basically storing leftovers for 1 or 2 days in your fridge. You can buy them in a huge pack. They're real cheap, but that's what we started with. Another thing we tried is this type of container here, which is a little heavier, thicker plastic, but it's still pretty flexible. The good thing about it is it has a little rubber gasket in here and 4 sides that latch. So that seals really well with that rubber gasket. That is a better option than that for, I'd say you could put your leftovers in it just like this, but this you could also take with you to work. Throw it in your backpack, briefcase, whatever. Throw it in the fridge at work, take it out, nuke your food. Awesome. This type of container, they also make this cool round one. We use this a lot for like onions or apples, or like you just need to slice a couple slices off of an onion for a sandwich. Put the rest of the onion in there. Seals on all 4 sides, got the rubber gasket. Pretty sweet. Really what I wanted to talk about in terms of the container part of the video is we just got these. These come in different sizes. I think we bought the smallest size for small like lunch size meals. This is made by Rubbermaid. These are heavy plastic, and they have this little compartment, which is cool, and so you can stack them when they're empty. Sorry, laundry. So you can stack these, and they fit in your cabinet. The lids are the best part. Heavy rubber gasket, and they've got these little wing latches, and they make an airtight seal, no matter what. Because first you press the seal into the container, and then you lock it. That's the best food storage container I've found so far that's out there. These are a little pricier, but I mean, they're gonna last a heck of a lot longer. Even the, let me see if I have, these are the old school glass. You're not gonna take that to throw it in your backpack or whatever, but I just wanted to point out that these old ones that had the like rubber, that never seals. It's just, it gets all floppy and dumb. It's never airtight. So I actually stopped using the lids for the glass containers, and I use like cling wrap or saran wrap or press and seal, because I always get a ding, a drum. So with that said, these containers are the best. This is the one I recommend. Again, not sponsored, just good stuff. Today I'm going to make some breakfast meals just because I have a pound of bacon that I need to use. So I'm going to make 4 of these because I have 4 that are clean while the rest are being used. So I'll make 4 little breakfasts. Well, like many of you, we enjoy a nice glass of wine with our meal on occasion. And this year I wanted to learn a little bit more about where wine comes from, different wine, different regions, and pairing different wines with different foods so I could have a better idea of what to order at a restaurant if we go out with friends and I don't sit there and look like I don't know what I'm talking about. Bright Cellars approached us to sponsor today's video and we accepted. They are a wine company that sends wine to you in a box like this. Every month you can get 4 bottles of wine or more, or however many you want. And they give you this cool card for each bottle. Red blend, that's more my style, I think. Dry rubbed ribs, roasted peppers, and cooking over a campfire. That sounds pretty good. Pulled pork with extra barbecue, curling up and watching the storm clouds, or leftover pizza. Tasting notes, pairings with food, where it comes from, tells you all about it. It's pretty cool. This one's called Rising Tale. You know, you go to the grocery store and you see all that wine and you're just like, what? Everybody kind of picks what they always get. This is a convenient way to try new stuff. This is a 6-bottle box, but you can get 4-bottle box. This is very well put together. I'm impressed with how this is thought out. This matches, like everything's nice. The box, the packaging is really well thought out. All right, before we get started making the next batch of MREs, I'm going to enjoy this Dalbat that we made last week, and I'm going to pair it with this Sauvignon Blanc. Thanks to Bright Cellars for sponsoring today's episode. Get $50 off your first 4-bottle box. Try them out. Answer a quick 7-question quiz and they match you with a curated selection of wine from around the world. And a concierge team is standing by to answer any questions you may have. I'm really enjoying this experience so far and I can't wait to see what our next box is. Link in the description. Click it. Get you some wine. Now, of course, these are made to heat and eat on the go when you're away from home. But since I'm at home, I'm going to use a plate like a civilized person, I suppose. And Sauvignon Blanc. It goes perfectly good with spicy Dalbat. So I'm going to finish this and then we'll continue making our breakfast MREs for the rest of the week. Bacon, eggs, hash browns. Let's get what we need. This is gold right now. $5 to $8 a dozen for some ridiculous reason. A little bit of milk. Pack of bacon, a little bit of butter, hash brown patties. I love these. Probably not the most healthy. Bacon, eggs, probably not the most healthy, but it's the most delicious. I love hash brown patties. These are from Trader Joe's. Quick, easy, and that's what we're doing. So we'll do the eggs last because that takes the most attention. Bacon is super easy. I'll show you how I do it in the microwave for 4 minutes. Makes it perfectly crispy like I like. No messing around. I love cooking on cast iron. It is probably the best way, in my opinion, to do eggs because it's a nice even heat, but it's a pain. If you have a microwave, bacon, 4 minutes, perfectly crispy, awesome. When we finally finished this kitchen and got everything organized and moved in, I decided I wanted a toaster because I haven't really had one in a long time and I was in a toast phase for some reason, like bagels in the morning. And Jamie suggested we get a toaster oven, which I'd never had before, but her reason was pretty sound. Anytime we want to cook in the oven, it takes a while for it to heat up. You've got basically a lot of space you have to heat, and if you're only making something small like a hash brown or a frozen burrito or something little, it's kind of a waste of energy and time. So, hence the toaster oven. So we use the oven for cooking large meals. We use this toaster oven a lot for little bagels and whatever. This one's from Breville. Had a lot of good reviews. Again, not sponsored, but if you're looking for a toaster oven, This one's the bomb. And it comes with a little tray for your toast or bagels. It comes with a baking sheet for what we're going to do today. So we want to do 5 hash brown patties, perfect size here. This is probably 10 by 10, and we don't have to heat up the oven, and it'll go a lot faster. This is parchment paper, which helps keep the pan from getting all gunky, just like that. Put the pan, close it, put this on bake, and it has a frozen button. So if you're cooking something that's frozen, make sure frozen is selected. 14 minutes, 400, go. I like my bacon crispy, especially since we're going to be reheating it in the microwave because we're pre-making meals. Just take a bunch of paper towels. It's probably like that. And lay your bacon and cover that. Kind of mash it down because we want all the grease as much as possible to get into the paper towel. I've never done this part, but I'm going to try layering these so that you only have to do one cook. Last layer. Here's our layers of bacon. Microwave. I want to do this 5 minutes. 100% start. Let her rip, tater chip. Low heat. About that much butter in a pan, and start melting the butter. And we'll run those probably another 7 minutes. That's perfect. We'll use up all the white ones. Put your eggs in a bowl. The way I do scrambled eggs makes them nice, fluffy, and yummy. Use a bowl and a whisk, or preferably a mixer. I don't have a ratio for this, but put in some fat, like a milk, like a full, whole milk or cream or something, just a little, and a pinch of baking powder. This gives it just a little bit of fluff. That's what I want, bubbles. There you go. A lot faster and easier than having to fire up the oven, and they're perfect. I usually wait till the butter kind of gets a little bubbly. You don't want it to boil, obviously, but bubbly. Put in the eggs. I use a rubber spatula and keep this on low until you can kind of get in there. Just don't cook it too high because you'll burn your eggs. They'll get all brown and that gross burnt egg smell happens. But just a low, medium heat, and you kind of figure that out with practice. But take this big wad of bacon fat, get rid of it. I flipped the eggs omelet style, and now we're just gonna kind of mix them up a little bit. Make sure, I'm gonna turn that all the way down. It's almost finished. And then, see how they kind of fluff up because of the baking powder? Just about finished with the eggs. Now so far, this has taken me about 40 minutes. Put it in here. Like that. A little bit of cheese. Put like 3 strips in each container. Fold them in half. Now the veg, I would do some small grape tomatoes sliced in half. I don't have any right now, so there you go. Ready to go for the next couple days. Ready for the next batch. I should have made a dozen of those breakfast meals because it's the next day and they are gone. You never know if they're going to work or not, but those were delicious. So that's how I'm going to do breakfast from now on. If you enjoy this type of content, let me know. If you don't, let me know. I'm working on the bed project, and that'll probably be the next video we put out. I'm working on it now. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.